Hello there team. So this little 2v2 I did last night, playing as Umbar, as is Fluff. So it's nice when you get chances to do this sort of thing where, you know, you're either the same army or you're a very similar army. We're up against Arthedain and Rohan here. So pretty reasonable matchup, good versus evil, and we are on Grassy Plains. I've got a different army than the last time I played Umbar, but it's quite high quality and not too big. 2 Belgar archers, no upgrades for them in the centre here. A Corsair crossbows. To the back, 2 units of Corsair infantry, my real meat, just to take shots for my pikes and also swoop forward to grab anything that might be hitting my archers. Of course, they're not going to do jack up against Cav, but I'd much rather they get hit rather than my crossbows or so on. At the back there, halberdiers, 2 units of Belgar halberdiers, no upgrades this time, which I do like them with the upgrades, as I said, so I will try to pump on the armor upgrades more for the aesthetic purposes of rather than anything else. In the centre there, the sentinels to bring the line together and also really do some damage. Behind them, Numenorean Shield Guard, sort of to rush forward, defend my front lines if they need to, and then I've got another Numenorean Shield Guard at the back there to defend my rear or defend the flanks if they have to. Corsair Savages there. Next to them, another unit of Corsair Infantry, just keeping them on the right side. That's my dangerous side. I'm deploying up next to Fluff as usual. So I wanted to have these guys around to really loop around the flank. Then over there, the Royal Guard. That's where I've got my general today. Yep, there he is. Then, wow, he does look really good actually in the high quality. Then back there, Casimir's Legion, 2 of them. That's probably where much of the killing power is in my army, with the exception of the halberd line. And then, as I say, the Numenorean Shield Guard. 2 Cav units, the Warlords of Umbar, and the Numenorean Lancers. Now, something I immediately, as soon as we clicked ready and we started the game, I was kicking myself because I thought I would have much preferred, instead of these Numenorean Lancers, which are 1,000 coins, I would have preferred to get a mercenary cavalry force and then another unit of a unit of Belgar footmen, because I'm up against Rohan and I knew he'd bring lots of cav, and the Numenorean Lancers they're so fun to use, they're so fast, but they're not going to be any use up against a cavalry swarm, which I did expect Rohan to bring. Up here for Fluff, he's got, in a way, quite a similar army to me, just different units fulfilling the same roles. 1 unit of Corsair crossbows, at the back 2 units of Corsair archers. Some Naru and Ari sentinels, and again 2 units of the Belgar halberds. No upgrades for them. He's still deploying. He'll be deploying everything over here. Casimir's Legion, just 1 of them there. The Numenorean Lancers, again, should have talked to Fluff. Should have said, better ditch the Lancers, get some melee cav or mercenary cav, as it is. Corsair infantry there with an armor upgrade. They look really good like that actually. And Numenorean Shield Guard, 1 of them. Belgar footmen. More Corsair archers. Oh, okay, you can get 3 of them before the red limit. Casimir's Legion, another one. Warlords of Umbar. Both took the same type of cav composition. Belgar footmen again. Corsair infantry and Numenorean Shield Guard. So yeah, Fluff was much more cautious when it came to cavalry than I was. So, looking over at the enemy, as always, we're looking for stakes, which neither of our enemies deployed. But we'll go up to normal speed. Actually, we'll probably jump up to 2 speed just to get to the deployment phase a bit faster. I like to start these videos before we've actually deployed so that I can explain why I'm deploying where I am. But when your enemy isn't putting down stakes, there's not too much planning really to be done. In a 2v2, I'll usually always deploy next to Fluff. Since we're always in TeamSpeak with each other, it's so easy to communicate with them in comparison to our enemies, who usually have never met, or have just seen each other in a few games. Okay, shove up to 6 speed. Deployment's a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but that's okay. I actually don't know if the balance bar is affected just yet, or if you have to wait until the deployment phase ends before that happens. Okay, good. So we'll slow it back down again just so that I can rattle off what we're facing. Balance bar right in the centre, no barrow wights on the field today to screw it. Riddermark archers from Rohan here, played by Michelle Ney, or Marshall Ney. Then, yep, 2 of those, 2 Helmingus. Riddermark Cav, 2 units off them there, and then over on the side here, Riddermark Cav, Riddermark Cav, Riddermark, oh, Eastmark Riders, Eastmark Riders, Eastmark Riders, Eastmark Riders, Eastmark Riders, Eastmark Riders, and then the first Marshal's Bodyguard. So, and that's where he's got his general too. So I was, that's where he's got his general, isn't it? Yes, there he is. So I expected the Cav swarm. I didn't expect this. This is the most cavalry I've actually seen from a Rohan army for a long time. So I was quite concerned with that. And as I say, if I had brought some mercenary cavalry instead and another unit of spears just to watch me, I would have felt a bit better. But apart from that, Riddermark Axemen, just 4 units of them. I really wasn't worried with Riddermark Axemen. Rohan's Axemen are not too bad, but when I use Rohan infantry, I always like to get some of the better quality infantry, just to keep my line inspired and also do a bit more killing. Corrigan, again, we spent a long time trying to get this game set up. He was a savior for us. Jumped on in. Arthedain mounted company, 1 on either side. It's actually the same force as he had when he played Arthedain in the last fight. So Corrigan he's been at this for quite a while. He knows what he likes to use, and he uses it pretty well, to be honest. Knights of Innuminus there. Then 4 units of the Arthedain pikes without any upgrades. There he's got some Knights of Innuminus mixed in with his pikes, and then quite a long space up front, so these pikes are nice and safe. He's got 4 Evandom spears, and then Evandom archers and marksmen. Now I believe there's another unit of marksmen over there, but they're hidden maybe. These pikes were deployed quite late on. I think he is pretty cautious about not just dropping down stakes as soon as he's ready to go. He waits. Wardens of the North. And as always, we're looking out for the Grey Company and the Rangers. And that's that. Yeah, like, that's something I do like about Reforged. Like, you'll see the same players kicking about all the time, and it can get a bit annoying, but it does mean that if you're aware and you pay a lot of attention, you will start to pick up on what type of armies people like to bring and what units people rely on. So it can give you quite an edge. This cavalry force gets to sweep on around. But apart from that, yeah, we're a bit cautious. We don't really want to lurch forward when there's so much cav on the field. Arthedain's brought some very nice cav, and Rohan's brought a lot of numbers for their cav. So we're more than happy to sit and watch what's going to happen first. It's clear Rohan is going to be focusing his cav on me, so Fluff says I'll send over the warlords and I'll send over the lancers too. We don't want to throw those lancers into melee, but we just felt we needed the numbers to pad things out. And you'll kill a lot of those Riddermark cav with a good lancer charge as well. Corsair crossbows out of range from that. But no, Corrigan will be moving forward just to try and maybe, if he can be careful. So yeah, it looks like he's just hitting these Corsair infantry. That's really what we want to do. They've got an armor, they've got a 7 shield value, which for that little shield, that's quite a high shield value. So of course he's wanting to get a few shots onto these halberdiers, but with these Corsair infantry right next to them, it's probably not going to happen. I move forward too much. I just wanted to start opening fire on his Helmingus, and Yeah, just screwed that up, I'm afraid. So I rushed them on back. I think it results in him getting the first volley, but at least my men are not going to get snagged by some Rinamar Cav, because they will devour archers. 21,000 frames for a Grassy Plains. For a Grassy Plains fight that isn't any sort of tournament match, that's quite a long time. I should probably state Marshal Ney was on a bit of a time limit. You know, he maybe couldn't be as tactical as he wanted to be, but it still is a pretty damn good fight throughout. Yeah, this is just an intimidating block of Cav. Now, our Warlords of Umbar will eat these Cav alive, and the only real threat for us in there, mixed in, is the first Marshal's bodyguard. Oh man, if we had some artillery, just bam 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 right to that force right now, or some sort of body-piercing ammunition, that would be fantastic. But, well, we do not. Get some Castmere's Rangers on my flank, just a quick volley would have been beautiful there. He's got these 2 more units just really protecting his guides because he doesn't really have any anti-cav there. And, you know, so we could have hit these Rinamar archers, these Helmingus, or even these axemen, but we wouldn't have been able to escape these Rinamar cav charging us, which is, it just makes it not worth it. Belgar archers are taking a beating, but that's kind of what I bring archers for most of the time. Now the Belgar archers are not, they're not pathetic quality, you know, especially when it comes to the evil men factions, but I'm okay losing a few of them to, because the real strength of my army are these Castmere's Legion and the Halberdiers, and also my Warlords, of course. So he flanks all the way around me, and I'm wanting to charge him. I think he really feels safe. Oh, there we go, good. Fluff is actually the first one to say it, but I think he feels really safe with his numbers. But there's just not the quality to fight our Warlords up there, so we think, right, we can't just let him strike us when he wants to. Let's get in there, let's see what happens. A quick charge. But this is what you can do with numbers. Entirely surround them. I get my Numenorean Lancers in there just to pull off a quick charge. Then they get surrounded. They're getting hit. I come in here. It's just such a mess. Fluff's able to get his Warlords out, and then Numenorean Lancers come in, try to answer to these guys. Now, what I should have maybe done here, we should have maybe tried to make this fight happen a little bit closer to us, so that I could have hit him with my crossbows, and I could have maybe even gotten a unit of shield guard stuck in this. But I'm killing, you know, as I said, I'm killing these Eastmark Riders quite well. Fluff's only lost, he's lost a few of his Warlords, a few Numenorean Lancers, actually those are mine. But these Numenorean Lancers are forcibly getting sacrificed. So I was going to charge into that, but I thought instead, these Axemen are nice and exposed. So let's give a quick charge to them, just so that we can deal with this threat immediately. I go for a quick charge forward. Corsair Infantry are going to get chewed up by these Axemen, but they're just there to hold them in place until the Halberdiers can get in there. They're already routing, that's great, I can move them in, come around the flank. This mob of Cav just pursuing my Warlords as I rout. Or not rout, I fall back, and it goes right into my Corsair Savages. We'll kill a lot of them, but it wasn't a super fast charge. This is pretty good though. Those Halberdiers are able to turn around, but they've lost, you know, a huge amount from that massive charge. Now he needs to get them out, and this mob of Cav is not easy to move around. It's even, especially when Fluff's got some Numenorean Lancers right behind them, they're just getting stuck and we can chew through them. And the first Marshal's bodyguards are stuck in there. These men are routing, and I'm wanting to kill as many of them as I can with my Warlords. Only 12 of them left now, because that's they're going to return. Rohan's morale is not too bad. So Fluff is putting a lot of his micro attention onto my right flank, which is allowing Corrigan to really tear his men apart. Yeah, these Corsair crossbows unfortunately get caught up. Corsair Infantry sort of losing micro on them. But all in all, we're killing a few of his cav. And the main thing we're trying to do here is just wipe out Rohan. Oh yeah, okay, that's quite good actually. That's some good fire from the Corsair archers. The Axemen have been routed, some of them might return. And we're back to this cav fight. Warlords of Umbar, still 16 left. I wanted to kill the first Marshal's bodyguard. The Easy Smart Riders and the Red Mark Riders, I wasn't as worried about them. So every time I see his first Marshal's bodyguard hanging around by themselves in their small units, I give them a quick charge. Now I think this is what I'm trying to do here, but ooh, could have given that order a little bit faster, I feel. And yep, just reforming. You know, these we were pretty successful there. I still had archers, I still had ammunition, so I just reformed the exact same formation I had previously. Also pulled back my shield guard. There's some really badly hit units of. Oh, actually, no, they're the same unit, just really spread out, chasing down some cav. Is that Fluff's or that's mine? Oh wow, only 2 left. So I'm just, as I said, first Marshal bodyguard on my target for these last 2 warlords. I took out 2 of them just there. Numenorean Lancers coming in there. Whoa. Should be running these guys away now. Maybe that was a bit too risky for what it was worth. Oh right, that's Fluffs. Yeah, this was just a really chaotic little cav fight, and there's a lot of units here I could have sacrificed. Corsair Savages and maybe even a Corsair Infantryman in place for a Merc cavalry unit. Would have won that fight for us, I feel, or at least made it a lot easier to win. So these Evendom Spears move forward really quite close, and I think they're just wanting to waste Fluff's ammunition. But where are those Grey Company? Ah, now yeah. So there's no longer anything in front of these halberds. So these Evendom Spears are just able to hit them hard. Arthedain Rangers have appeared, and these Arthedain Marksmen are hitting hard too. Band of Brass Archers pop up from being hidden. As always, there are some hobbits. I think there's 2 nice beefy units of hobbits hiding somewhere over here too. So 28 for 33. And a lot of that 33 were cav. Not great quality cav, but they were cav. Now, even though his men are really under defended now, we don't have any cav to capitalise on that anymore. All of our cav was spent just dealing with these forces. And rightly so, he's moving toward Corrigan. If I was in his situation now, I would grab all of my archers and we'd just set up right behind this pipeline. Ooh. Yep, Numenorean Lancers.
Our general lies slain upon the battlefield.
Right, so you see, it said my general, but that was Fluff's general. That scared the hell out of me in the fight because my general's in the Royal Guard. I thought maybe Corrigan had managed to get a rear charge on them with his Knights of Illuminus or something like that, but no, it was. I've never really had the narrator screw up like that before. Still, those two warlords just trying to kill some Helmingus. They've got their axes out, but I think they still might have some ammo. Nice close range Corsair crossbows up against his lightly armoured cav. Yeah, dropping quite a few of them there. Engagements are happening here, but these Casimir's Legion will chew through the spears. Yeah, Casimir's Legion on both of those. Belagar Footmen up against Evendom Spears. The Belagar Footmen will even win, actually. Ah, maybe not. It won't be too one-sided, I wouldn't feel. And then again, Belagar Footmen over here, but being flanked by the Numenorean Shield Guard, this will be tidied up. So but what Corrigan has achieved is a front line, which is what he has been wanting for a while with his Grey Company, who are somewhere. I thought they appeared by now. But to say, if he can get his Grey Company over here, Belgar Footmen are definitely not the best target. I'd prefer to go for the Numenor and Shield Guard in the back, but you know, he can land a lot of good shots. Arthedain Rangers too. Where are they going? Right, they're receiving fire from the Corsair archers, which is good, but okay, they're firing. Right, okay, yeah, it's certainly not too bad, but it would have been lovely, well, lovely for him if he could have maybe pushed around the side there. These Numenor and Shield Guard, of course, making that a lot more difficult, but the Grey Company, there they are. So they start to just devour Fluff's lines. What am I up to now? Fluff actually takes his archers and moves them over to me because he doesn't feel he can really keep them safe, and they still have some ammo. So I'm still in this sort of formation. I'm wary about those Grey Company. They're quite far away from me, but they can still hit my halberds. So with this shot, I'd be loving to go for this. He's just trying to chase them with the Numenorian Shield Guard, but oh no, he's firing at the Shield Guard. Interesting. Yep, the Knights of the Numenor is coming in to relieve them. That's actually good. Keep them moving. I'm always reluctant to kind of chase cav away with infantry, but in this case it's quite good. He just keeps them there, like, because this is where you want to have your Grey Company. They're not as effective over here. Over here, even if they could get a shot, they're chewing through their own guys, and they're not really maximizing the efficiency of their shots. Oh, my Corsair crossbows. Yep, pushed them up too far in order to get some shots on the Wardens of the North, and I was punished for it by the remaining cav. Yeah, I wish we had more cavalry to chase them away when they routed, because, as I say, they're all coming back now. But with what I've got left, with what Fluff has left, all of my Belgar archers are out of ammunition. Probably should have moved them out of the way so they could have gotten a clear shot. But they're able to mince some of these Red Armor cav. 48-51. And I was pretty worried right now because he's still got the Knights of Numenor, still got a bit of cav. These men are routing. This whole front line is sort of struggling now. The Grey Company still have ammo.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
That's Rohan's general defeated. Our Sentinels taking a beating. They've won on this flank, so you could be pushing up to deal with that. No, I don't really. I'm trying to get my bearings, and I was feeling pretty bad at this point. I thought that this was going to be a loss. There was still a lot of Rohan cav on the field, a lot of Arthedain cav on the field, and you know, I just wasn't feeling too good about it. Corsair infantry charging forward, just trying to deal with those wardens. They were all the way over here, trying to fight the Rohirrim, and they came all the way around. They hadn't actually been regrouped to the formation. But I didn't want these wardens in the north getting shots into my elite units. And the Casimir's Rangers, Casimir's Legion, are they're going to fight until every one of them's dead. I just wish I had a spearman over here. Band of Brass Archers racking up a lot of kills. Still just firing off into Fluff's split apart army. He wins in the centre here, and there's nothing defending these archers. Well, the Rangers are going to be able to put up a fight. The Rangers, to be honest, could probably kill those Belgar footmen. Oh, I would shoot into the back of those guys right now. No, he's still going for the elite. But I would give these Belgar footmen a quick volley from my Rangers while they were running, if I'd noticed it. Dismounted Knights of Numenor still there, but I think I catch sight of them with my crossbows, and they are my new target. More of a threat though, the mounted Knights of Numenor coming in. Belgar footmen, of course, have a spear, but when you're being fought on one end by the Knights of Numenor and get slammed on the other, unless you're an exceptional quality spearman, that's not going to turn out too well for you. Belgar footmen already routed, fighting to the death. Yeah, they're gone. So that was definitely a good charge. So he's got these Grey Company. Are they out of ammo? They are. Good. Still a nice beefy unit of the Arthedain Mounted Company. And as I say, 22 knights left. We are now out of ammunition with these Corsair archers. Corrigan has 4 untouched units of pikes, a few Band of Brass archers and such to fight us with, and a lot of cav. Looking over what I've got left, I've got these Beligar halberds, Numenorean shield guard, Numenorean sentinels, kind of busted up unit off them. Some Royal Guard, pretty much untouched but out of ammo. Behind them, Casimir's Legion, still full. These were Fluff's sentinels. These are mine. Yeah, so they're not too badly beaten. Corsair archers, all out of ammo, but very numerous. Corsair infantry there, and the Beligar archers out of ammo, with some crossbows. So, although we still had a lot of very high quality troops, it all relied on us being able to get around that pipeline. If we weren't able to do that, this was over. And even if we were able to get around it, we're exposing ourselves to cav. So Fluff says, I'll move my archers up. You know, he's going to be the sort of meat shield for us getting across. Actually, no, that was his original idea, but I voiced an opinion against it. We needed those numbers in order to wrap around. Not do damage, but wrap around these pikes. So I wanted him to stay in the centre of my formation. I've got the Numenorean shield guard at the back, Casimir's Legion pushing up a bit faster, trying to get in front of these Numenorean shield guard. This is always a big problem for me. Trying to move across a field while I'm being harassed by enemy cav. I've never been very good at it, and it's something I do want to practice a bit. With Corrigan's cav sort of always looming at the back of me, it's a bit intimidating. And what's left of the Rohirrim. Not much, but still something. So 66 for 58 now. Yep, these are the very... I managed to get a unit of shield guard that had been fighting over here to join up with Casimir's Legion that had taken on his guys in this area. Get the sentinels up, and I think I catch him. Oh, come on! I do catch him, but he gets... I don't do too much damage. He gets one unit away. I see. Okay, so one unit was pulled off. The other one had to stay. So we need to be on the aggressive here. Although they don't have any archers, they could sit there until we made a mistake with and just hit us with cav. I think they do actually. Yeah. No, they're out of ammo. So he sets up. I'll move back up to 1 speed. We're on 0.9 for a while there. Now, I start to feel okay because these sentinels are going to beat a spearman unit comfortably. My halberdiers, maybe not so much. I knew they could hold them and they could do some damage. But the Beligar archer is going to get killed, Corsair infantry is going to be killed, and then the Casimir's Legion will most likely do some good work. Again, got the shield guard at the back. Need to get them. Oh, this was unfortunate. Lost micromanagement on them for a bit. Corrigan capitalizes. You can be a very good spear unit. If you are turning the wrong way, you're gonna get minced. So you can see they were up at 80. They end up at the end of that in the low 20s. You know, that was... I felt really good. I suddenly felt really bad. So so I had to rush my guys back and really I just wanted to respond to Casimir's Legion, try to kill them and save my shield guard. But he pulls off, and they're just devoted to rear guard duty. Corsair crossbows though still have some ammo, so I'm firing off at his cav. Should have taken them at this point and pushed them sort of right up here where they'll be a bit safer. Maybe even behind Corrigan's own estates there. But I didn't do it, and you can see the issue with that. So one of my best sort of best chances to defeat these Knights of Illuminus just vanished there. I think Fluff still had some men in the far back here, so he's just using his knights to take them out. Casimir's Legion getting oh no, I think, are they engaged? Yeah, they are fighting. I don't think the pikemen know they're fighting though, but they're fighting. Hobbitry arms forming up menacingly on the flank. Halberdiers moving up. Royal Guard. Yeah, so good. So we had this is what we want to do with the Corsair archers. Just overwhelming numbers, get around them. Their far right flank, only these archers. I actually got my sentinels over there. There was a pike unit here, but I managed to devour it with my sentinels. We're pulling it back slowly. 74 for 69 now. Illigar Halberdiers having to be sort of dedicated. To be honest, they didn't have to be dedicated. They didn't have to be dedicated until Corrigan decided to do something with this force. I'm winning on the right flank, there's no need for me to engage the left. So I've got all these Halberdiers just dying for nothing. Corsair archers receiving charge after charge. These dismount Knights of Illuminus able to beat just about everything we've got in melee right now. Arthedain Rangers having to be thrown into the fight, but they will easily kill Corsair archers. So our real strength is in the right flank. That's where I've got all of my elite units. Fluff doesn't like how these hobbits are just sort of sitting there, so he engages them. This, you know, as I say, he needs to sort of hold this front line, but and he's micromanaging the heck out of his cab. But you know, these pikes could have jabbed away at the back of those Casimir's Legion quite easily. I managed to come around for a nice wide flank. He sends his Bandbrass archers at me, but the Royal Guard should be able to beat them, even if you know, they get charged. Red Mark have one of them remaining, jabbing away at the Royal Guard. So I get the Sentinels. I'm trying to use them to shield this flank from here. Charging the Royal Guard. The Royal Guard are of course spears. Maybe it wasn't the best charge if he'd gotten round from the back there. But even then, there's a few of his friendly hobbits just dotted around. So that was the last of the Rohan units running off the field. One Corsair Crossbow. I didn't realize that actually. I don't think I'm giving him any reasonable orders. Hopefully he's firing at these guys. He is. Good man. Okay, cool. Oh, did he kill one? No. I think he did. Very well. Very nice. So yeah, I didn't realize I had one left. So he's just gonna keep firing. 88 to 79, 88 to 89. Still, I don't think we've killed, I think, one of those Knights of Illuminus, as he just chews right through the shield guard. I go off a good few thrusts though as he ran through me. Grey Company having to throw themselves into melee, but I think he wanted to get into the back of those Sentinels, but they turned around. What we need to do here, or what I felt we needed to do here, was collapse his infantry line. After we did that, we could easily, you know, we could form up into just a death blob of spears and, you know, move toward his cab, just kill him that way. But yeah, his pikes and his Knights of Illuminus are racking up a few kills here. You know, we just didn't have really anything to answer to them. So I very carefully moved my Sentinels around and advanced toward them like that. I knew if I ran in there willy-nilly, if I didn't ensure that I actually had a proper phalanx formation, this was going to end very poorly. But since I took that time, I was comfortable with how that was going. Up at the front here, we're just holding our attention with Corsair infantry, but they're really being killed by these Sentinels in the back. Wardens of the North gonna hold out well, get some kills, but we've got Royal Guard stuck in there. Casimir's Legion are no joke. Grey Company, charge is not so great, and Infinite Archers over there. What are we really worried about right now? The Knights, who are only 4. Now, we were really just glad that we're doing the fighting around here. These stakes were used to great effect, because if you slammed into Holy's back, you needed to run away, and your horsemen are just gonna try and get away any way they can. And with Fluff positioning himself right there, he was able to really benefit from those stakes. So that was really smart from him, I thought. Corgan alters there, he's got nothing more in danger over here. So again, we'd have to try and force our way around or do something special to break through that pike unit. Knights of Anonymous really starting to struggle. I'm not seeing any more wardens in the north. Of course, our archers there getting killed by some cav. But there's some Numenorian shield guard there actually. Every stab from one of those is going to do work. We'll go on to a bit faster now, as we reach 93 for 88. But a lot of those numbers are these hobbits. These hobbits have already routed, and a quick go from just 2 Casimir's Legion chase them off. 3 even, sorry.
But our men are winning the battle.
Casimir's Legion in the back managed to hit those pikes, and I'm just able to wrap around them. 1 unit of pikes on their own is just not able to react to threats too well. Casimir's Legion take a nasty charge there, but I think this is when he puts them on in. Well, maybe not. Gets the Grey Company out, but I think he just wants to keep on pushing at this point. Sentinels up against the front of these Arthedain pikes were going to do okay, even though they were vastly outnumbered. Just the exceptional quality of those Sentinels is going to pull them through it. Corsair Infantry, just everything I can, just deal with that. Ooh, hobbits coming on in. Alright, cool. I'll go a bit faster now. Yeah, jump up to 6. These hobbits just getting, they get just charged, well, attacked by my sentinels and sort of cut down. Now what's his last unit? He does have, I think those hobbits up here actually come back from routing. Nope, maybe. Oh yeah, I think they maybe dead, but I've just got my 3 Casimir's Legion chasing them around, making sure they don't come back. Belgar Fitman up there running. 95 to 98 now. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, Corgan, he will fight to the very end, which is good. I think that was Rohan there admitting defeat. Yeah, good, just sort of rushed that. But these, once again, these hobbits come back. I think that's sort of the 3rd or 4th time that they actually come back. But got those 3 Casimir's Legion still, charge them on. I think, to be honest, that force there, because they've got the banner carrier and the officer and such, I think that would have they would have killed those 3 Casimir's Legion if the hobbits were locked morale. But no, so that was pretty good. We were quite surprised to win that. We thought that we really expected after how we dealt with the Rohan cavalry in a very inefficient manner. We didn't think we'd have enough tools left to deal with Corrigan and his exceptional cavalry force. But I think Fluff's use of his spearmen to keep those Grey Company from finding a great target was really what saved his army there. I don't think I took a single body-piercing shot throughout that entire fight, which I'm very grateful for. Up in front, those warlords of Umbar, getting almost 140 kills. Generally all cav. I don't think I could use my warlords to charge a single infantry unit, which is of course what would rack them up. Endless kills. Numenorian Lancers, a little upset about 67, but at the same time I was using them as anti-cavalry. Oh, I wasn't. This is Fluff's force. Yeah, But Fluff used his men in a very similar manner to me. Then his Sentinels, his Sentinels were generally racking up a lot of kills against those Evendom Spears, but there were still quite a few left in the end. These Halberds just took fire. They took a lot of body-piercing shots, and they took a lot of shots from archers, so that's not too surprising that they didn't rack up too many kills. Casimir's Legion will always do well for you. They'll fight to the last, and they'll do quite well in the fight too. Shield Guard, more just for the purpose of anti-cavalry duties. So, yep, that's not too bad from them. I'd hope to get more than 18 though, to be honest. Belgar Footmen, both of them, yeah, you see, like one of these Belgar Footmen they were thrown into the fight against those Evident Spears though, to be honest, and they were able to outfight them. Corsair Infantry, just doing what they've got to do, take fire, try and hold up their little shields. Archers did well for as I say, cheap archers. They'll do you pretty well in this version of the mod. And the crossbows were hit. Fluff's crossbows were hit by Cav quite early on, I think, and that was why they weren't able to. Oh, I think it was 81. So they were focused down by archers for the most part. So hey, those crossbows were sacrificed so that everything else didn't get minced as bad. So this is me now. The Royal Guard up there, racking up no doubt quite a few kills in ranged, but they definitely did their fair share of fighting in melee at the end. Bilgar Halberds and the other Halberds, we saw one of them. I shouldn't have put him up against that pike line. He would have. I think he actually pulled through there, and he did end up winning that fight, but it was needless. I didn't have to do it. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just saved him. The Sentinels, though, perfect. Really, really happy with that. They were just able to outfight the Arthedain pikes, and they fought just about everything. A lot of hobbits killed at the end there too, of course, which buffs out the kill count. 2 Casimir's Legion. One of them, I think, probably this 82, receiving a lot of cav charges. Totally disconnected from my army, without any anti-cavalry force. That was a screw up on my part, but just showing the Casimir's Legion is able to pull off some pretty great feats when they need to. Shield Guard, I think one of mine was that 25 was probably the getting rear charged and losing, oh gosh, well over 2/3 of their unit. So no, I'm okay with that. Just make sure that they keep an eye on them. There's no point having a rear guard unit if it's not actually guarding the rear. The other one doing a bit better though. Corsair Infantry, average. I would say a lot of these killing axemen, no doubt, and then just taking fire and getting thrown into the front of pipelines so that other people don't have to. Same with the Savages, really. They actually got a pretty nasty little charge right at the start, took them down to about 80. So it's alright. Belgar Archers, both of them. Oh, interesting. I'll have a look at actually what one of them was firing, what the other, because that's quite a big difference in kills. I guess one of them I was more maybe on the right flank. He was spending all his time targeting Cav, so he'll kill a bit less. But still, hey, that's I would have wanted that to be a bit higher, or a bit closer anyway. The crossbows though, doing what they need to do. And Warlords of Umbar, as I said, my warlords had pretty similar kills to Fluff's, just out there hunting Cav. Very expensive unit to hunt Cav with, but they did the job. And the Numenorian Lancers. Most of those kills would have been from the one charge that they had, slamming into the Riddermark axes. The rest would have been a few little hits to Cav here and there. And they caught a lot of prisoners routing from them as well. So that's always something to note, because when you're fighting a good faction, their people are probably going to come back once or twice from routing. Whereas the evil men, when we have something routing, it's gone. So Corrigan, yeah, racking up a lot of kills with his body piercing and just his general very strong archer focus. Marshal Ney not getting as many kills because of just the elite cavalry that we had fighting him. You know, he destroyed our cav, which isn't going to make his kill count look too good, but it is quite effective. So no, that was a really fun fight. Surprised we won. Pretty happy with the victory, and thank you very much.